What's up, guys? It's Bax, and I'm going to do the follow-up now to the Q&A. I was really excited with all of the questions that you guys had to ask. There were a lot of really good questions, and I'm excited to answer them. So without further ado, let's get right into it. The first question is from Okuyasu's right hando. Do you ever play with fans? Yes, I play with viewers, normally on a Smurf account, every once in a while. People who come into the channel a lot or chit chat a lot have a higher chance of getting into the games. And then I normally do sub games whenever I hop on a Smurf. I found that that's the best way to play with people. It just makes it a more enjoyable experience for everybody. And so yeah, I do play with fans. Forcing. You are a left-handed player, and I know in a previous video a long time ago there were a few questions about me being left-handed as well. So I'm curious as to at your guys' curiosity at this. I find it interesting, and I guess also some of the confusion about how I play left-handed. But anyway, you are a left-handed player, and I know in a previous video a long time ago you talked about it, but I was wondering on why you didn't conform to the norm of right-handed play and decided to stick with your guns. Okay, so a lot of left-handed people that I know, actually one of my best friends, and you guys actually all know him too, knows Kyle in the chat. If you come into the Twitch stream, he's left-handed as well, but he uses his right hand when he's gaming and stuff with a mouse. And the reason for this mainly is when I was growing up, my parents saw that I was left-handed, and when I would sit at the computer, they had a mouse pad on the left side for me, and they had a mouse pad on the right for them. And whenever I sat down, they would put, when I was like 2, you know, very, very young, they would put the mouse on the left-hand side for me to use. So my parents just kind of enforced that for me. So whenever I was a kid, that's how I started. So that's how I always did it. That's just what I got used to. At this point, there's literally no point in me changing. There's no difference. There's no difference from me being left-handed other than issues with keybinds. But like me aiming with my left hand is no different than anyone aiming with their right hand. It's just like anything else. And people ask all the time, like, how do you do that? How do you write with your right hand? That's just as mind-boggling to me how you guys use your right hand. It's just how my brain is wired. It's how human beings work. I don't know. I don't know the science behind it completely, but the way my brain works, I'm left-handed, and my left hand is it's like my dominant hand. So, if when I had been growing up, my parents didn't move the mouse over, and I used my right hand, all my muscle memory and all my practice would have gone into my right hand, and I would have learned from there. But now there's no reason to change it. I would literally be like me playing on a computer for the first time, and now there's just no benefit to that. But still, good question. This is from Jordan Lauer. Oh wait, this isn't even a question. I honestly just want to say I think this is wholesome as fuck. I hope to get to see one day you get 100K and get a partnership for real. I wish I had something to ask you, but you put me on the spot. Maybe I'll reply with questions. Yo, Jordan, I appreciate the love, guys. When you guys say stuff like this to me, man, it keeps me going. I think I'll use this in reference to a question I'm seeing in a moment, but I really do appreciate stuff like this, guys. And you know, you guys keep me going 100%, and I appreciate that. This is from Bartek. I'm left-handed as well. Could you tell me what your key bindings are and what challenges you face playing left-handed? So for the key bindings, I'll just link in the description the video I made about my key bindings, so you can go watch that if you'd like, Bartek. But the challenges that you face as a left-handed gamer, I mean, you do have them. They don't make peripherals, gaming peripherals, for left-handed people a lot. For example, I used to play a lot of World of Warcraft, and using a Razer Naga mouse with 12 buttons for your thumb, they actually created a left-handed one so that the buttons were on the side where my left thumb would be and not my right thumb, and they discontinued it. So when the Razer Naga mouse that I have right now breaks, it's just gone. Like I can't get any more because they don't make them anymore. So I just can't get certain gaming equipment that I would want to use because it's all made for right-handed players, which is very unfortunate sometimes, but you know, it is what it is. Also, keybinds. I know my keybinds are probably crazier even with a lot of left-handed people. They do something completely different than mine, and mine stems from my extensive time on PC at the beginning was on World of Warcraft. So I use keybinds that fit that and not as much of an FPS style game, but then I just changed them from World of Warcraft right to Apex. So I kept that, and I don't think a lot of people it was just a very situational thing for me to go from what I had been doing to what I did going into an FPS type game. But that, I definitely would say that's a challenge that I face, would be... That's why I don't play Fortnite, for example, because there's so many keybinds for building, and it's so pivotal. And the way my keybinds work is it's just... like games that have a lot of keybinds, for example, Escape from Tarkov, even in some ways PUBG, because there's leaning. The same with Siege, you need 2 dedicated buttons to lean left and right. I just don't have that many keys for all the other buttons you normally need in a game, and that's actually why I love Apex so much, because it's a very simple game. I could bind all my keys very easily, and they were all within reach, because that's the thing about binding your keys in general with any game. For efficiency, you don't want to be moving your hand all over the keyboard to press buttons, and I learned that when I played World of Warcraft. It's all about efficiency and about, I say it all the time with Apex, in order to get better, speed is king, and the faster you're able to click your keys, I mean, the better it's going to be for you. But yeah, I hope that answers your guys' questions about my left-handed stuff. Anytime on stream, I love talking about it and answering it, so I don't mind repeating myself on this topic. Again, I think it's cool that people are interested in it. And we need more love, man. The left-handed gamers out there need more love. We don't have, we just don't get any. That's unfortunate. But this is from Snoozebag Studios. Were there any moments that you felt like quitting Twitch or YouTube, and if so, why was it, and what changed your mind? Yes, a lot. I mean, there's a lot of self-doubt with content creation in general, guys. Anyone here who has attempted it can attest to it. Any larger streamer or content creator can attest to it. It's a rough game sometimes to play. It's kind of like an infinite rat race upwards of a number chase, and you have to, I personally try not to get stuck with the numbers, and I try to appreciate what I have, and I appreciate you guys. And that really is what keeps me going. You guys are why I didn't quit. I actually was quitting with my Caustic guide. That was my farewell, basically, to content creation and streaming. I was done. I was giving up. I hadn't gotten anywhere. I had no audience, and I was tired of grinding Apex a whole bunch and it just not getting me anywhere. And I was just becoming very demoralized. And it's been very demoralizing lately as well, with just how having you guys here and wanting to stream and wanting to play, but the state that Apex is in right now is so atrocious. It makes it very hard to play. And we're seeing that with a lot of content creators right now, and it's very unfortunate, because I do want to be streaming more, I do want to be playing more, but the game is so soul draining right now that it's hard to. But yeah, I was going to quit. I made my Caustic guide because I said, you know what, I played this dude so much. I figured, I played him at a high level. I didn't see a lot of other people on PC at the time, at least. And I said, hey, I'll make this video, whatever. Maybe someone will get some use out of the time I invested into this game. And someone will get something out of it, at least. And then here you guys are. So I have to thank that video, and I have to thank the Caustic community for putting me where I am right now. It's absolutely incredible. I never expected it. And that was a big thing for me. It was a very big turnaround moment for me. And now something, that really keeps me going. I say it, and it'll never not be true, and I'll always say it. It's you guys. Like, I can't rightfully quit right now when I have you guys wanting me to make stuff and are interested in the content that I'm creating. And I have a drive to make better and better content. And it's something that, it's just my drive in my life now. And it's really pulled me out of, like, I would say a pretty dark time in my life, because now I have something to focus on, and I don't feel like what I'm doing is completely worthless and that I'm just, sitting in my room playing video games for nothing. It's feeling like there's a future for me now, and that's something that I have you guys only to thank for that. And I do appreciate each and every one of you, that even if you just like a video or watch it, or come to the stream and lurk, it's all support, and it all helps in its own way, and I appreciate every single one of you guys. This is from Marinated. Yo, shouts out Marinated, another person that comes into the stream a lot. What do you think about the people who have a major audience that complain in a bad way about Caustic? A lot of people think that if someone has an audience, like a big audience, that means they're right automatically, which we see a lot in general now in the world because of the internet. And I would say probably, not to get too realistic about it or political about it, but we see this with celebrities and politics, where we start asking celebrities because they have a platform, or we've seen it lately with a lot of the things that have been going on in the world, and in America specifically, people saying, you know, if you're a celebrity or you have a platform, speak out. But at some point it's like, just because you have a platform doesn't mean you should speak on something. It doesn't mean you know what you're talking about. That's irrelevant. It just means a lot of people follow you on a platform. But that doesn't mean that you should have an opinion about something, or that your opinion is just automatically correct. A lot of the people that you see just complaining about Caustic, and I'll agree, some have good reasons and some have bad reasons. And I do understand with Caustic where his traps were very hard to counter when everyone's playing a Caustic in the end game zones, and end game zones are huge in Apex at a top competitive level. There are a lot of people crammed into a really small circle, and I can understand where it's not fair that Caustic could run in just throwing traps, and there's absolutely nothing you could do about his traps. You're so close, you're gonna set them off. I guess the counter there is just shooting him, but it just became this not as fun kind of rat race fight. And I think the change with the traps being able to be shot out even when they're inflating would be better if you still had to shoot the bottom of the trap and not anywhere on the trap. That would be the counter to that in small spaces, but it would take skill for you to aim and shoot the trap out. So sorry, I kind of went on a little tangent there. But yeah, just because someone has a major audience and they complain, like, I really don't care, man. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, right? Everyone's got an opinion. And I mean, I have my own opinion. People don't always agree with everything that I say, but at some point, you know, it is what it is, man. People are going to be biased as well. A lot of the viewers I have, when you guys are in there and you're Caustic mains, it's easy for us to all sit around together and be like in our echo chamber about how great Caustic is, and then other people hate Caustic and they all sit around talking about how bad Caustic is. But what I would actually like to see is genuine discussion about how to make him a fun, balanced character where you can be very skillful with him, and this is to any legend, to be honest, where you can be very skillful with him, but he has counters. And I mean, he already had counters, but I'm okay with the traps being shot out. Like I said, that would have been a nice counter. It's like, hey, that's skill, you know. If I throw a trap at you and you take your time to shoot the bottom of it while it's inflating to cancel it, more power to you. But the fact that they can just shoot it anywhere, that the skill ceiling is lowered there on how to counter me, and you can counter me easier, and I don't think that's a good change. I don't think that's a good way to go about it. So, you know, it is what it is, man. Don't worry about it. Play who you want to play. If people are going to hate, people are going to hate. At some point, man, it's a game. It's not a big deal. People who actually hate me or actually hate Caustic mains, they have a problem in and of itself. Like, if you hate Wraith mains or something, it's a game, dude. If you hate Wraith and how she plays, that's fine. But if you hate a person who plays Wraith, like, it's a game. There's no point in hating a human being behind the screen because they play a character in a game. That's just misguided anger, and there's no point. So yeah. Next one is from Felix Santiago. How did you get the Caustic gas mask, and have you ever done a Caustic inside gas no scope? Okay, so the gas mask is an actual 3M gas mask that I did get before Corona. I have cut out a lot of the parts, the rubber parts, so that I'm able to breathe in it a lot easier, and I removed the filter, so it does not actually function anymore as an actual gas mask. I would not wear it if I was spray painting the inside of my house or something. Like, that would not be too smart. But my mom actually bought it for me. My mom's very supportive of me. I love her to death. She is the main reason I even thought of streaming at all as a career, and she bought it for me because she knew about Caustic. She, you know, from what I talked to her about, she knew that the guy I had was he like had gas, and you know, it was like toxic, and he had a gas mask, and he was coughing all the time, and she saw pictures of him. She looked it up and looked at it herself, and she watches my videos. So she kind of understood, so she went and bought that for me, and she got the goggles for me, and was like, you know, this would probably be cool, and I was like, damn, Mom, that's a good idea. So you guys all have my mom to thank for the gear up idea, as well as just the fact that I stream it all. So love you, Mom. Shouts out. Next question is from Crackerat. Yo, I'm trying to decide who to main. I like Wraith or Bangalore or Lifeline. I have 2.5Ks and 3Ks. I have the Heirloom on Wraith and Voidwalker and 1.2K kills. I can't decide who to main. Okay, so I would say pick 3 characters, and this is to anyone. I'm a Caustic main, but you guys know, anyone who watches the stream or even just watches the videos, I play every legend a good amount. I absolutely love playing every legend. pick 3 characters so that you can be a flex player if you want to play ranked, or just in general when you're playing. Your Legends never taken. You don't ever want to be a one trick. So the people you just listed to play Wraith, Bangalore, or Lifeline, all of those are a lot of fun in their own ways, man. I love playing all 3 in different ways. Bangalore's fun because she gets that speed boost, which is fun gameplay. Lifeline right now is broken because of her res, but even before that, she had a really good strafe. She had the old passive was great, but even now with the res, it more than makes up for her not having that passive anymore. So you can just get stupid reses off at dumb times in front of people and destroy them. So Lifeline's a lot of fun. If you have the heirloom for Wraith, I mean, if you're just trying to flex, you know, you can play that. And, you know, really, you know, someone replied to just play who you enjoy the most, and in a lot of ways I agree. Unless you're pushing for a competitive ranked situation where you need to play a comp, just play whoever. It's not really a big deal. But the 3 you listed are all fun and also very strong legends, so you wouldn't really have trouble playing any of those legends. Alright, the next question is from Lil Shize. I think I absolutely butchered their name on stream when they came into stream, so hopefully I got it right there. But their question is, how should I kickstart my streaming career? I don't know. I still don't know. I don't think I could really answer that since I haven't even done that myself. But the one thing I would say in general, for anyone who's trying to make content, don't make awful content. There are a lot of people out there who just make content for the sake of content, and they just upload stuff for the sake of it, but it's not good. And I don't see a point in that. And I always made it my own goal in my head. I was like, would I watch my own content? Do I watch my own videos? Do I like what I make? And most people will say, yeah, because it's your content, right? You're going to like it regardless of how good or bad it is. You're going to think it's the greatest thing ever. But if I was making content like I was before and getting no views, well, you have to ask yourself, why not? How can I improve? How can I get better? How can I garner an audience? Do I have what it takes to do this in general? Have a niche, I would say. It's very important early on that you have a niche and something that makes you stand out from everybody else. You don't want to be like everyone else. I did that with Caustic. That's why I chose Caustic, because it helped me stand out a little bit, and it worked a little bit, and that's how it worked for me. And another thing too with streaming is you can't copy anyone with content creation, in a sense of everyone finds their own formula. It's not the same for every person. Some people can stream or make YouTube videos in some ways. It's just like a music artist. Like, some people do it in some ways and some people do it in others, but really no two creators do it the same way. Everyone found their road to success in a different way. Another thing I will say, as far as content creation goes, because it is such a volatile and saturated market, you definitely want it to be your backup choice. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't drop out of college or high school and go, I'm going to be a streamer. Because even if you try your damnedest and you grind and put all this hard work in, it doesn't matter. It still might not work out. And you need to have a plan A. And you need to have something that will help you survive. For example, me, I wouldn't be streaming if I wasn't a college graduate, that I can use that if something went wrong with streaming. And I have to recommend that to anybody who is looking into content creation as a career. You have to make sure, you have to understand that it doesn't matter what you do. You could do everything perfectly, and at some point there is some luck involved. So you can't just, you see a lot of people say, hey, it's the grind, it's the grind a whole bunch. That doesn't do anything. If you're streaming 20 hours a day, first of all, you're going to get burnt out very quickly, and it's not conducive for you, right? Your content's going to slack. Focus on making good content. But, if you're streaming all the time and you have 0 viewers, well, there's no point in that. You got to focus on something. So for what happened for me personally to help my stream was my YouTube, and still is. Shouts out to the YouTube thick gang that comes into the stream every once in a while. I really do appreciate that. But yeah, you definitely, it's not something that's going to happen overnight. Yeah, it's going to take a long time. So work on yourself, work on your content. Always be striving to get better. Never think that you are as good as you'll be at whatever you're doing. Always be trying to be better. Always be trying to improve yourself, but do it in a way that doesn't drive you insane, which is easier said than done. It's definitely a very hard question, but it is not easy, and it's not for most people. That's for sure. But it's still a good question. This is from Luis Gerardo. What is your favorite Caustic skin? Most people know my favorite is Dark Cloud, with the runner-up Bloodthirsty and Trophy Hunter. Those are just my top 3 skins. They're all the alternate skins. I didn't get Waste Management, didn't like it at all. It's the only Caustic skin alternate that I didn't get. I didn't feel like grinding out the legend tokens at the time to get that skin. Didn't like it. But Dark Cloud, all-time, hands-down favorite skin. I love it for a multitude of reasons. It's really amazing. Like, it looks good. It is badass as hell for Caustic's character. And it's rare as hell. I've seen it on maybe 2 Caustics in-game with me ever. And I just like that people can look at that and think of me because of how much I use that skin. Not a lot of people have that skin. So, I absolutely, yeah, Dark Cloud, 100%, man. Andrew Knox, how do you feel about Rampart's abilities? This is a good question. I'm going to skip it for now. And the reason for that is I'm going to make a whole video talking about Rampart when she's out. I don't really want to speculate on what we don't know for sure yet, what are leaked. But I will have this to say about Rampart. I think she's going to be a meta changer. I could be wrong, been wrong before. But I feel like Rampart's about to come in and shake the hell up out of the meta in this game. And make very aggressive play a thing again. From what I'm seeing are probably her abilities. Again, could be wrong. I hope we don't get another Loba or Revenant on release. Revenant now is a plague on this game, but when he first came out, he really was worthless, and Loba is probably one of the worst legends in the game right now, as far as utility. So, I will make a video on that once she's out and I've played her a bit. So expect that probably a couple weeks into Season 6, when I've gotten some time put into her, after the Caustic race is over. But we have another question from Standalone Gaming. Question, can we play when crossplay is out? When crossplay is out, you know I'm going to be showing love to my console gamers. The viewers that are on console, you guys know we'll run up some games. So, to answer the question, simply yes. Awesome Pants 123. I love that name and its simplicity. I love that name. What makes Apex enjoyable even if you play 8 hours a day? Nothing right now. Nothing makes Apex enjoyable. In fact, it's the opposite of enjoyable. Not as much of a snarky response, though. You guys, in stream, literally the only reason. When I'm not streaming Apex, I'm really not playing it right now. And I don't really play 8 hours a day anymore because of skill-based matchmaking and a lot of the issues that I've dead horse, you know. I've beaten it at this point. I don't want to keep rehashing it over and over again. But the thing that makes me come back to Apex all the time is the movement, the fluidity of it, the fluidity of aiming, the fluidity of the gunplay, and for the most part, the balance of the game in general. While I have some issues with some things, those things are all so good, it keeps me coming back to play the game, and I absolutely love it. So that's why I keep playing it. The movement, man, when you hit a nice wall bounce off a wall, or like you bunny hop around a corner on some dude, or like just flick shot somebody in Apex, or you just dance on someone so hard 80 strafing that you break their ankles and then wipe a squad. No other BR game in general out right now gives me that same satisfaction. So that's what makes me want to play it. But a lot of those big things like skill-based matchmaking and ranked being basically broken at this point with cheaters and the rev meta has made it very unenjoyable, which is why you've really seen a huge decline in the viewership of the game right now. I really believe Season 6 is going to bring that back up, and Apex is going to start going up to its former glory. I genuinely think that, even though I at this point have no reason to. I should be jaded, but I'm trying not to be. So next question, Caesar785 said, when did you first learn about cocooning and how did you find out? Also, he wanted to know my top 3 to 5 Caustic skins. I said them earlier, but when did I first learn about cocooning? Okay, so before I got my 4,000 damage badge and 20 bomb badge, it was my life's goal to get those things on Caustic, because I'm like, I'm making these videos, I'm making all this content about Caustic, and I don't have a 4K 20 bomb. This is like, it bothered me so much that I was a Caustic content creator and I didn't have the 4K 20 bomb on him. And which is why when I got the 20 bomb in the video, I freaked out so much because it was such a revelation. It was over. I finally did it. It was done. Shouts out to Reap for helping me with that again. He's always been there for 20 bombs with me. But before that, I got killed. I got third-partied. I wiped a squad. I had 1 HP. I turned a corner, and a Caustic with a legendary skin shot me. One time, killed me. And I wish I had the screenshot to put on the screen right now. I think I deleted it at some point, and I wish I hadn't. I thought I had it in a place to keep it, but I accidentally deleted it. Basically, he had a 4K 20 bomb and like 1,000 kills. And at this point, I think I had 4,000 kills, something like that. I don't remember. And I was like, you know what? This guy's got a 4K 20 bomb. Maybe I can learn something from this, because I always have that opinion. When someone looks like they're better than me, I watch them, because that's the best way to, you just copy people who are better than you, and then you will become better. So, same thing as well when I watch Diego Source play Caustic. He's a huge reason why I am at the skill level I'm at now, because I just replicated what he did, and it made me better. But I watched him, and I swear, guys, I wish there had been a recording of it. I said to myself, when I got killed, I swallowed my ego, because my ego is bruised and bashed at this point. This 1,000 kill Caustic with a 4K 20 bomb, you know, just killed me. I said, you know what? I said, Vax, swallow your pride. Watch him learn something. Literally 2 seconds after that thought crossed my mind, he looked at the floor, threw down a trap, and cocooned himself. I was like, that's cool. And I immediately left right after he did that, went into a game, started testing it out, started learning it, used it ever since until now, RIP Cocoon. But that's how I learned about it. I saw some guy use it, and it blew my mind. It was, I think, Season 3. I know we were on World's Edge, but that was when I learned about it, and it absolutely blew my mind, and I used it ever since. So the next question is from Exotic Reckoning. At the start of your channel, you had little to no viewers. Now you have a ton. What drove you to never stop and strive to be successful? Same thing. I think I've kind of covered this. You know, you guys, and also just the drive of success. Like I said I wanted to do this. I said I wanted to be a successful streamer and a successful content creator. I play video games all day, all damn day, every damn day anyway. So I might as well try to make a career out of it. And I wanted to work in esports, and that's what I wanted to do. So again, man, you guys are 99% of the drive is just you guys being like, hey, where's content? Hey, when is the stream? Where are you, Bax? Are you gonna stream? Like that, to me, I'm like, I gotta get content out to you guys that you guys enjoy, and I want it to be enjoyable, and I enjoy the hell out of it, man. At the end of the day, as much as I bitch and moan and complain about Apex, dude, I fucking love it. I fucking love sitting in chat and getting hyped with you guys and talking about stuff. It's amazing. We have such a great community here. And it's so much fun. And the Apex community in general, you know, I'm excited to grow within it and meet some more of the other content creators. The content creators I have met so far within Apex, I haven't had any bad experiences, man. I've met some great friends, and I've had a lot of fun. And that's what drives me to keep going. Next question, Hybrid for the win. I got bored of Caustic. Any other cool legends to main? Not Wraith. I'd probably say Wraith. I'm just kidding. Kind of like what earlier. I mean, if you're bored of Caustic, but you still want that thickness, Jibby's always good. You know, Gibraltar, he's got that Caustic thickness, that nice defense. Watson, obviously. My girl, Waddy. She's got that same defense kind of playstyle as Caustic, just in a different way. Play all of them, man. If I can say this to all you guys right now who are like a main on something, no problem with being a main. Play every legend. Just have fun. Play other legends. If you think a legend sucks, play that legend. Even if you still think it sucks, whatever. But like, you can learn things about it and have fun with it. And you know, sometimes to learn how to beat something, you should play as it so that you learn its weaknesses, so that you're able to better encounter it better counter it the next time you encounter it. I actually had a lot of people who said they watched my Caustic guide and they actually hated Caustics, and they found my stream even though they hate Caustics and they were in my stream a lot, but they watched the video because they wanted to learn how to counter Caustic and be able to beat him easier. So I find that funny. But that's smart. That's a smart thing to do. You know, you learn the weakness of your enemy. And I talked about Caustic's weaknesses in that video, so it definitely could help in those situations. Colton Tours says, what other games do you play besides Apex Legends? I used to play CS. I used to play PUBG. I've since stopped playing either of them. I used to competitively raid in World of Warcraft. I made a hardcore mythic raiding guild at around 2014. And for about 2 years, I built that guild up, and we raided hardcore mythic, basically top level competitive rating in World of Warcraft. If you don't know what that means, you don't know what it means. If you know what it means, you know what it means. That's where my competitive spirit came from in gaming, and my min-max attitude of always doing, meta, understanding metas, understanding games. That's really where all of that was born for me. And I kind of ruined it for myself because it's very hard for me to game now and play video games for fun and just relax and enjoy video games. I'm always like trying to do things the most effective way, and I know I've ruined that for myself, but I'm at least self-aware enough to admit it. But yeah, right now I play classic World of Warcraft every once in a while. I actually just hit level 60 on my 3rd character last night. That's my kind of relax off of Apex game when I'm getting my ass beat in skill-based matchmaking and there's no content to be made or videos to be made. That's my game to just kind of relax on and just game as a hobby and not as a job, so I can kind of keep the two separate, because I don't make content on World of Warcraft, but I enjoy World of Warcraft. Right now, that's about it. Single player games that come out I mean, dude, I've been gaming since I was 2 years old, starting with Half-Life when I was a little kid sitting on my dad's lap. So, I've been gaming for a long time. I've played so many games, I used to play Halo growing up, Call of Duty, but as of right now, I'm not really playing a lot. Ever since I started competitively playing World of Warcraft, I actually told myself when I was around 18, so it was about 6 years ago, I said, I'm tired of just being a jack of all trades in every game I play. I'm good at every game I play, but I want to be great. I want to be amazing, so I need to only play one game at a time. So for the most part, if I'm playing a game, guys, I'm going all out on it. I am focusing all of my being into that game. Whether or not that's a good thing, I don't know. I did that with WoW, and then once I lost that drive with WoW, I'm really glad Apex came along because it reignited that flame in me to grind a game and have a lot of fun. So I definitely would say I'm not playing a lot of games right now, but looking forward to the future on stream. There will be a little bit more variety in the future, but Apex will still be my main game for the time being. The next question is from Malay J Wall. I'm sorry, dude, if I messed that up. But he said, Bax, single, taken, married. Any tips with a laughing emoji? I don't know if you're asking about tips on like the game or tips on relationships. I'll try my hand at the latter. But you guys, look at my stats in the game. Do you guys think I have a girlfriend? Look at my banners when I play the game. I'm married to the game, baby. All right, it's just like what you see in Young Fish God stream all the time. All right, life's like a sandwich. It doesn't matter which way you flip it, the bread comes first. You know what I'm saying? Tips on this will be a huge different thing for me and my content. But you know what? Yeah, tips on how to get a significant other from Bax, your friendly neighborhood sweat virgin Apex player. Don't be a fucking weirdo. I see that a lot on Twitch. Dudes go into streams and they're just weird as shit to girls. And I'm like, what is that gonna help you with, dude? Like, don't, just be yourself, man. I don't know. You guys will be alright, man. Don't worry about it. COVID is cramping everyone in the house. Once everyone's out and free, everyone will be out and about. And you'll have a chance. Everyone will have their chances to go become taken, possibly married. Follow-up question from him as well. Best gun skin in the game? The Northern Lights Peacekeeper skin, I would argue, is the best skin for the best gun in the entire game. That's up for debate, obviously, but I absolutely love that skin. The purple version of it as well is just, mwah, it's beautiful. But the green one is my absolute favorite. It just, that kind of color in the game is amazing. Next question. Abner Reigns, Sweet Abs, what's up? Shouts out Sweet Abs. Helped me get a couple 20 bombs along with Max, so shouts out for that for sure. Multi-question, but here we go. Would you be interested in doing other games? I think it'd help you in the long run not to just be that Apex content creator. I know it's what gives you views now, but I think it'd be fun / interesting to have more variety content. I'm totally not just saying this so we could do games that I'm really good at to show off. I'll answer at each question at a time then. Yes, I will be. From now on, once the hype of Season 6 dies down, and if I know if I'm going to be grinding ranked or not, and I figure that out, I am in a raiding guild in Classic WoW now. So as I said though, that's my relaxed time. That's like not thinking about content time. But I will be playing one day a week. I have 1 day a week off of stream for like the actual schedule I have planned out, and I've been waiting for it to eventually happen, and I haven't stuck to it yet. Eventually it'll happen though, guys, I promise. Not be in a year from now, so don't expect it anytime soon. But what I will do is I will stream 5 days a week. 1 day will be a day off. 1 day will be specifically for me to edit videos and take content from the prior week and make videos for YouTube. And of those 5 days streaming, I might play all 5 of them Apex, but I'll probably throw in 1 day a week where I play a different game. Who knows what game it is? It might be the most random thing ever. I just want to have a little bit more variety. So 100%. Stuff that I can play with more of the community is fun too. Games like The Forest or Minecraft definitely work, and I would be down to do that. So yes, I am 100% interested in doing other games. That's all just, I have a lot of plans and projects coming up soon with Apex, and I'm working really hard within this realm of this game, but down the line, that's 100% happening. I should totally have more playing with viewer streams. I enjoy those thoroughly, so they will be happening more in the future. And now that we figured out that Smurf accounts make it an actually fun time instead of me on my main and all of us just getting destroyed repeatedly by SBMM and me crying, and then it can't be fun for anyone, So Smurf accounts make that fun. Totally love doing that. Once crossplay comes out, even more people will be able to play with, and I'll be down. Give me your social security number. I promise I'll only use it for wholesome reasons. My social security number is 694201337. So there you go. Just please only use it for wholesome reasons. That goes to anyone else listening. Make sure you use it for only good reasons. Asa Muhammad. Again, sorry guys if I screw up your name. How did you become so good with Caustic? Appreciate you. Because I'm a Caustic main and I am nuts, but not that nuts. Bro, practice, man. Practice makes perfect. You just play. As frustrated as I got, I just kept playing the damn game. And also, introspection. At any game, at anything you do in your life, ever, if you genuinely want to get better at it, when you mess up, own up to it, be the first person to hold yourself accountable. A lot of people get very defensive when they are not performing correctly. Don't be one of those people. Hold yourself up to a high standard and don't settle for anything less than that. And when you make mistakes, learn from it. Don't let it happen anymore. When I learn things in Apex that don't work for me, I don't do it. Or if I know it's not going to be good, you guys have heard me say it on stream all the time. I'm going to do this against better judgment. And I know because I shouldn't do this, and I'm doing it anyway. But that's something in a ranked situation I'm not going to do because I don't want to lose. There's actually something on the line there to lose. You look at what you do, watch how you play, use things to help you get better peripherals. If you're on PC, get a better PC, get a good monitor, get a better keyboard and mouse, get, anything that you need to help your game play better. Then don't focus only on that and start fixing your gameplay. Download aim labs. Download, whatever you need. Like, get what you need to help you get better. Pinpoint where your weaknesses are. Pinpoint where your strengths are. Fortify your strengths and bolster up your weaknesses. That's, I would probably say, is the best thing you can do as far as how to just get better in general. Always be watching for what you did wrong. Don't just say what you did wrong and don't do anything about it. Fix it. When you find what you did wrong, fix it. And don't let it happen anymore. When I lose guys on stream and I get frustrated, it's because I know I shouldn't have let something like that happen. And it bothers me that I let something like that happen. And I hold myself to a very high standard, and I'm constantly aiming to improve that. So, I hope that answered that well. Sir Dom 2023, shouts out, always with the hosts in the stream. I appreciate it. What brought my attention to Apex? Okay, so, it's actually kind of funny. So back in February of 2019, which seems like a lifetime ago at this point, when the game first came out, I had just gotten off of PUBG. We all quit PUBG and had been taken over by hackers, and it was just no longer fun. You rarely could find English-speaking people anyway on the game, on your own team. So it was very hard to communicate with your own team. It was just not a game that was really played in NA anymore. I think it's more popular now in EU and Asian countries, if I'm not mistaken. I don't play a lot of PUBG. But I was coming off of PUBG, bored as hell of it. Kind of still had that itch though. But I remember Apex came out, dropped out of nowhere. That was that whole thing about Apex. You guys know that. They just dropped it. Boom. And then everyone was like, whoa, what is this game? This game's crazy. And there was no lead up to it at all. So I remember my friends saying that. And we were just like, no. Another Battle Royale, dude? Another one. Are you serious? There's no way. I'm not doing it. I'm not playing it. Don't know why. I downloaded it. And then I loved it. I was like, wow, I expected to hate this, and I was addicted to it. I couldn't stop playing it. I quit playing everything else. I sold all my skins in CS to buy skins in Apex, and I was hooked, and I've been playing it ever since. So, one of my friends, I don't remember who, but they're like, hey, let's play some Apex. Frosty Feet. Do you have a girlfriend? Again, guys, look at the stats, scoreboard. All right, no, I don't have time. When you're dropping 20s and 5Ks like I am, you don't have time for a relationship. All right. I like this question from Malaki Too Saucy. It just says "but" with 3 question marks. So I don't know if that's a question, or I don't know how to answer that. But that was nice. And here we are, finally, at the last question. Very good one actually, from Rust. Besides Lifeline's new buff, what else annoys you to fight against in Apex Legends? He watches the stream or the YouTube videos. He knows. You guys know the salt I have. Revenant. I hate fighting against a Revenant. I hate fighting against good Wraiths and good Lifelines for their size in general and movement, but mainly just Revenant. I hate fighting against Revenant. There's no counter. It's not fun. Crypto, I would say I kind of hate fighting him, but I don't mind him as much because there are counters to it, and I kind of like that feeling of knowing you're about to get sieged and you have to play it smart. And as a Caustic, there are a lot of things you can do, like shooting your traps before the EMP goes off to stop the push from happening. So other than the Lifeline, really, I can't think of any legend that I just absolutely... I used to hate fighting Jibby 1v1s against a Caustic. You were just going to lose because of his gun shield, especially when it was even more broken than it is now with 75 health. I don't want to say it as it is now. I don't think Jibby's broken anymore, but his gun shield used to just be way too much with 75 HP. So I hated it. Caustic versus Jibby, you're both going to beam the hell out of each other, and Jibby would always win if you guys were evenly matched because he had a better gun shield. So, or he had the gun shield on top to soak more damage. Like, chances are you're going to lose every time, and there was nothing you could do. You could hit every shot, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles, and it was very frustrating. But other than that, I don't really hate fighting a Jibby now. But yeah, Revenant. I just hate Revenant. I hate how he silences you for so damn long. I hate how the silence sits there for a long time. I think the silence should land, and if in an AoE effect, it should just hit. If it's silence, it does. If it doesn't, you missed. And or if it's gonna sit there, there should only be one charge of it. I don't know. I feel like they just made Revenant too good, but in brain dead ways, and I don't like that about any legend. I don't want them to do that ever. What was it like playing the first ranked seasons and getting to Pred? My memory of the first series is hazy. I played with so many different people, and it was a grind. It was horrible. I was so bad at the game. That was the hardest season in general as well because there was no assists for points, and I was just god-awful at the game, learning how to play and get better. And that was definitely where, if there was a graph showing my, like, a spike in my skill level, that's where I just shot up in learning how to play. Getting my ass beat in Diamond 4 for so long by Preds, and doing that grind, it helped me. It helped me a lot. One sad thing, though, is a lot of the people that I, like, would go against, they all quit now. Like, the top-level people that I know, like, the named people, they don't really play the game that much anymore, and that's kind of sad. But, you know, a lot of Wraith, a lot of Pathfinder for me. Watson whenever she was added. But I played a lot of Wraith and a lot of Pathy. I didn't play Caustic at all. I didn't dare go into ranked with fucking Caustic back then. I was not good enough at Caustic, and he wasn't good enough in general. For like, I don't even remember Fortification. It's so long ago now. It's been about a year, I think. Oh, I can't even remember most of it. But Series 2, I do remember. It got a little bit easier because of the assists, and I played Caustic only after I hit Predator. Before I hit Predator, I was mainly Pathfinder, and I played with my boys Spurtsy and Tiger. Mainly, those were the two guys. And I played with a few other people that I played as they hit Pred, but that's really what I remember. It was a lot of Watson meta, you know, a lot of Pathy, a lot of cheesing on going to servers that were like low, kind of easy to get RP servers. I'll admit that I did that too in Series 1 as well. Just sometimes too, guys, you know me playing super fucking late at night. There's just no servers, so we would go to other servers to just try to find servers, and some servers are easier than others. So, you know, it's nicer than getting 3 stacked by the best player pros in the world every game. But then again, I thought that was the allure of Apex Legends. Like, what other game can you think of where when you just play ranked, you're going to get put against the top players in the world, like actual pro teams? That's cool. I think that's awesome. So, I always thought that was really fun. Do I remember the first game I ever played? Memory is hazy here. I know I played these little kid games when I was like 2, where my parents put these, like, you put this thing over the keyboard and you would like play, and it was just very simple games. But the first thing I ever remember was sitting in my dad's lap playing Half-Life. Like, he was showing me how to play, and I was just running around and I was having a blast. Resident Evil 2 on the Nintendo 64 is one of my earlier memories too. Rampage on Nintendo 64. I had an SNES and a Genesis. Just stuff like that. Very hazy memories of when I was 4 or 5 years old. The first time I remember being just like in love with a game was Halo, which was, I was about 6 when that came out, or almost 6 years old. So Halo 1, 2, and 3, that was my childhood, and then Call of Duty after that. So, but yeah, I think Half-Life was the first game I remember ever playing. Cats or dogs? Dogs, 100%. Could I name a few of my favorite bands? Bro, that's so impossible. So I think somebody asked me this on stream the other day, what my favorite band is or something. That's so hard because I listen to like, just recently I'm listening to Tech Nine a whole bunch because that's just who I'm listening to right now. I mean, oh, it's impossible, man. I could go, and it's like giving no answer sounds like, I don't know. I mean, I'm listening to some deathcore lately. Lorna Shore. I mean, it's just like, there's so much that I listen to. I listen to Chief Keef. Like, I listen to so many different types of music, and I constantly am swapping and going around with what I like to listen to. And I try to show that on stream, but most of the time I put on a lo-fi mix, which I don't listen to other than when I'm streaming, actually. I just like it in the background. It's just nice background noise, and I don't have to worry about what's playing, and it can just be chill in the background, and it's just calm. But I love, you know, the Hotline Miami OST. I listen to that on stream a lot when I'm trying to get amped. The Doom OST is great when you're trying to get amped. All these things, man. Oh, dude, that's so hard. Like, Buckethead is one of my favorite musicians. Like, I don't know. I've been listening to a lot of old music again, which kind of inspired me to make that video for my dad, and I have one for my mom in the works. With music, I listened to them growing up, and that is, like, I've just been listening to so much, man. That's so impossible. If I could say anything to you guys, again, for a thing that has nothing to do with Apex, listen to a bunch of different type of music. Don't ever get caught. It's like playing only one legend, you know? Don't limit yourself to listening to only one type of music. There's a whole world of music out there to listen to. Give it a shot. But this video is officially the longest video I've ever made. If you made it to the end, comment "back sucks" in the comments, and I will like and reply to the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I thoroughly enjoyed making this. I will probably make another one of these when I get to around 5,000 subs, and then maybe 10,000 once we get there. I have no doubt You guys have been crazy supportive. I know we can grow this channel, and I'm really excited to see where we bring this community. I absolutely loved doing this, and it's just crazy to me that you guys are interested enough to even ask me questions to begin with. So I will see you guys on stream. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I answered you guys' questions up to standard. And I will see you guys on stream. I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys all have a great day. Take it easy.